the description box below, you'll see a link where you can download the tab sheet for this lesson. So make sure that you've done that and printed it out, and let's get started. We begin by forming an E minor chord, and you do a strum, followed by the third string 3 times. So that would be... From there you transition into a C, and at the end of that strum you hit the high E string a second time. So it would be... Next up we come into a D suspended 2 chord, which is the same like as your regular D. You just leave the first string open so you're not having your second finger here. And here we're just doing a strum from the 4th string to the 1st, and then you hit the 2nd string and then the 3rd string. And that then transitions into G. And here I'm not bothering putting my 3rd finger here. I just have the 3rd fret here and the 2nd fret here, and I'm strumming from the 6th string down to the 2nd. So that's the first 2 lines on the tab sheet. Let's try and put it all together now in context. We do this progression a second time around, very much the same. So again, you have your E minor into C, but this time you hit the open high E string, that's the 1st string, 3 times after the strum instead of once. So it would be... Then again into our D suspended 2, just strumming from the 4th string, I'd say down to the 3rd, sorry, the 2nd, and then you hit the 2nd fret here before resolving into your G once more. Following your G chord, we have a nice little transition line, like a passing chord, where you have your G here, and you just take away your 2nd finger, your 1st finger comes up 1, and we're going to hit the 2nd fret here, the open 4th string, and then the open 3rd. And you could do that with your 1st finger, or take your 1st finger off and just slide your 2nd finger down, whichever felt more comfortable. So let's try and put it all together now, the first 4 lines. Into our 3rd repeat of this progression. So we're back into our E minor after the passing chord. And I'm sure you can hear and see that on the tab sheet that it's exactly the same as the first time we went through. So there's nothing new there that we need to cover. So we can turn over the page now and go into the last section of it. So we have E minor, and we're hitting the 2nd string 3 times after the strum, and then the 3rd string 3 times. Then into G. That's just strummed from the 6th string down to the 2nd. And then you hit the open high E string, and then 3rd fret here, and 2 times on the 3rd string. So starting on the beginning of page 2. Then we go into C. So we have 2 strums on C, and then here it's on the 4th string, and then the 3rd string. 2 more times on C, and into G. And at the end, to loop around, you can do a little hammer-on, depending on which one you want to go for. But normally I go from open 5th string, hammer on to the 2nd fret, and then the open 4th string. Or you could hammer on same thing, but go to the second fret here. In which case it puts you back into the E minor chord shape, and I think that is the one that's used on the record. I hope you enjoy learning that one. It really is a fantastic classic song. Remember to subscribe to the channel so that you can get updates every time I release a new song melody lesson, and also that you've printed out the tab from the link below so that you can start to build up a collection of these songs that you can play.